What's up, everyone? I'm Ashley Smashley, and in this video, I'm going to tell you why I feel like I need to take a break. If you are new here, smash that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment below. On this channel, we talk all things spiritual awakening and being on the divine path to unlock your infinite potential. So right now, I am being called to take a break from focusing on making content. Like, I haven't really had much of an inspiration lately to be making content, like especially shorts. I usually make multiple a day, and I haven't been making them really. And I have a lot going on. Like, in my physical life, there's a lot of changes happening right now, and I feel like I need to take a short break and like recollect myself and kind of assess where I'm at along my journey, and especially with making content. I feel like it's time for a bit of a rebrand or like something. I don't know. I just listen, right? I do as I'm told from my intuition, from God, from the voice of the Holy Spirit, or whatever you want to call it. So if it's time to take a break, then it's time to take a break. And, you know, being on social media, it's like really draining at times. You get a lot of like negative comments and stuff like that. And I don't want to focus on that. And it's definitely helping me evolve along my journey and becoming more thick-skinned and being able to handle that type of stuff, because I know I need to be able to handle that type of stuff. But it is a bit discouraging when you're talking these like deeper level of, you know, spiritual concepts and people don't get them, or like people, they're where they're at on their journey. It's part of the process. They're the cake, or they're the batter, if you've heard my cake analogy. I know I have several people that, you know, consistently are watching my content and they reach out to me or leave comments. And, you know, I even run into people in public. Being back in Michigan, people that I actually know, and they're like, "Oh, I love your videos." And I never even knew that they would be somebody who watches my videos. So you got to take the bad with the good, I guess, or whatever. You know, every one or two negative comments, there's a whole handful of people that are getting value from my content. But one thing that I've always done with this channel, besides in the very beginning, is listen to my intuition. It's never been about the algorithm or what I need to do to hack the algorithm. And I tried all that in the beginning, but that's not the divine path. When you are on your divine path to unlock your infinite potential, you listen to your intuition no matter what. So there's something coming up right now, and people are like, why are you doing that if you don't want to do that? And I'm like, because God told me to. Guys, you got to listen to God. When you listen to God, you are God, right? But through the human perspective, there's this like separation in which we think God is like out there talking to us. But when you listen to God, you are led places that you need to go to unlock your infinite potential. It's not through human creation. So if you're like, you know what? God said to do this, but I'm going to do what I want anyway. You're going to get led down a path that's going to end up getting you into a situation that's so uncomfortable that you're going to realize why you should have listened to God. So, and listening to God and following your intuition, even if it doesn't make sense, is countless times along this journey, I have been led to some sort of provision or some sort of blessing or some sort of person, something that I absolutely needed along this path. So, yes, If you don't see me on here for a little while, it's because I have a lot going on here in the physical, and I need to recollect myself and kind of reanalyze like what I'm doing here. And there's been a lot going on with my phone. I'm like really considering switching back to like a not smartphone, or I don't know what I'm going to do with that, because not only was I was in a store and looking at shoes, and I thought, oh, those shoes are cute, and I looked at the brand of the shoe. It was a brand I never heard of before. I've never searched it. I didn't say it out loud. My phone wasn't looking at it. Nothing. I just thought when I looked at it. And then I opened Facebook, and there was an ad for that brand of shoe in the first thing on my Facebook. And it's not like Adidas or something. It was some weird brand I never heard of before. So, like, the fact that was right there, front and center, I was like, whoa, your phones really are reading your mind. And then yesterday, I uploaded that Feel Disappointed video, and I was texting the description. I talk to text all the time. So, talk to text, and then I had my phone in my hand, and I was, like, putting away my groceries and stuff at the same time, and I thought I emptied everything out of a bag. And then I realized there was something still in the bag, and I like stopped talk to texting, and I went and I just looked in the bag, and I thought the item, like I was, oh, that's the item, right? And then I looked down at my phone, and it typed out the item name. My thought, I didn't say it out loud. I was just thinking it. And my phone literally read my mind and put it in the talk to text. So, like, God, what is going on here with this technology? So anyway, I'm going through, like, I hate coming on here and, like, being like, oh, I'm going through this, like, period of, like, low frequency. But this is part of the journey, okay? Really getting in there to process the energy. You have to go through the low frequencies to raise your frequency. It's not something you can just bypass. Well, maybe, I don't know. That's another thing. There's other people, like other content creators that I've been listening to that say, just do this. And I'm like, is it really that easy? Is it? I don't get it. So anyway, I need to reconnect. I need to regroup. I need to take a break. So, to all my loyal subscribers and supporters, I thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video.